Hello all, welcome to BIO125. Let's see, I can figure out how to pronounce my name. And if you said Dr. Buoni, you are correct. I will be your instructor for this course, and unfortunately I will not be here the first week of class, but I will be here every other day of class. So this is just kind of video to tell you about the course and to let you know what you have to do during the first week. So once you get into the course, it'll look something like this. You probably won't see exam 2 stuff. But everything that you can access or need to access, you will be able to access by the time the course starts, because I'm making this about a week ahead of time. So the first thing you want to do is go to week 0, and obviously textbook requirements, all that stuff, the course expectations. Definitely something to look at. I'm not going to go over a lot of this part now. This is how you're graded. It's the same college-wide, and so that's for you to kind of read on your own. Going down, if you want to see the syllabus, you can do that. But really where I want to start is this. This is the spring schedule. And let me go ahead and maximize this so we can go ahead and look at it. So basically you'll see here, obviously the first week there is no physical class, and you got an email about it, I'm sure. But it doesn't mean that you don't have any work to do. So a couple things that you have, and there's a bunch of different ways to know what you have to do. So I'll kind of go over this for the whole course and then talk about what you have to do for week 0. So you see that every unit is a different color, and that you have a couple things that are due in the beginning right here, which is the course orientation quiz, registering for McGraw-Hill Connect, and doing the orientation. Some of the assignments are done through McGraw-Hill Connect. And also a couple of the labs. Almost all the labs are hands-on. 2 of them are online point of view labs, like virtual labs, and that will be the case for the first week because I'll be gone. And it's the same thing that everyone else is doing, except we're doing ours virtually just for the first week. So you can see here week by week, it kind of tells you as we go down the list kind of what you're doing. As we start down here, January 21, now you're doing not only the labs that we'll do in person, but also you have some of your own work to do as well, smart books and quizzes. Now remember, this is a hybrid class, and what hybrid basically means is that most of the lecture learning is going to happen on your own time at home. That's what hybrid is. That's why you're only there once a week. So if you want someone to teach you for 2 or 3 hours, and then go take a separate lab section, this is not the class for you. I will be doing some lecturing pretty much every single week, but that will not be the basis for the physical time we have together. That'll be based on lab time. So a lot of this is on you. So you can kind of see here going down the end, and they made it very flexible when we start the serious lab stuff, because you can see here all of the smart book, the quizzes from the textbooks, the labs. They're generally due right before the exam, so you guys are busy, I'm sure, and so that's why it's besides the first thing here, the rest of it is only due, as you'll notice, like if we go down to Unit 2, all this work is due right before the exam, so you can kind of prioritize your time, and all the exams are in person, and so this is the schedule you're going to follow, the due dates for everything, and that's how that works. So once we do that, then I'm going to go down to a couple other things. If we need to Zoom, here's a Zoom link, but you just don't hop on. You would obviously, set up a time with me as well. So where can you find the lab stuff? Well, you hit here for lab. So for example, like week 0, you have to do an online lab. And basically you can see here that what we have is a copy of the lab manual. So we do not need this week 1 because you were not here week 1. But down here you can see, there we go. This is what you have to do while I'm gone. That's due on the 19th, and that is going to be a virtual lab tutorial, and then lab 1 hand washing. That's an online lab. I'm sure you got a McGraw-Hill access code, which is part of what you needed to get for the course. That will give you access to not only the labs, but also the quizzes, the smart books, all the assignments that you have to do. Are accessed through D2L, but they are housed in McGraw-Hill. So do not go to McGraw-Hill Connect website through Google and do the work there. Do everything through Brightspace D2L. So literally, well, you're like, well, how do I register for this McGraw-Hill? I got the code or whatever. Well, you basically just click on any assignment, and you'll get a button called Launch. And of course, this screen is not going to look like yours because, so you can see here, I'm already in the class. But what it'll do, it'll bring you to a screen, say, hey, looks like you're registering for this class. Throw in your username, throw in an email and a password and whatnot. Also, if you happen to be under a situation where like, hey, I'm waiting for financial aid, I haven't yet bought the code, that's okay. Please begin the work the first day of class. There's an option instead of choosing. First of all, there's three options. Option one for the textbook is you can buy whatever's in the bookstore, and if you are on financial aid, I highly suggest doing that. Option two, when you click onto this, it'll say, hey, you can just pay with a credit card right now and get access to it. Or C, if you know you're going to be getting paid later or financial aid is coming through, there's an option for a 2-week grace period, complimentary access, free. So you can literally use this entire system for free for 2 weeks. So there is no reason to not start the work immediately. And so how did I know that I had to do lab 0, the virtual lab, and the hand washing lab at the very beginning of week 0? Well, if I go there and I look at, again, course expectations, and I look at the actual schedule, you'll see that here I am. The lab exercises I have to do, here's the 2 of them that I just showed you. You also have a couple other things, which is a course orientation quiz. Obviously, registering for McGraw-Hill Connect, you will do that automatically. These 2, by the way, are the same. So in other words, if you complete these, you've automatically also completed those. So the only other thing you have to do is the course orientation quiz. So here is basically the course orientation quiz, because everything is under week 0. And so that's kind of how you would know. And this is kind of it. There's going to be your course orientation quiz. And that'll be set when you're ready to roll. And that's just like, have you watched this video? Do you understand exactly what it is you need to do? So that's generally just the week that I'm gone. So as we go down the course, I'll cover a lot of this in person, but you're going to have lab reports that you are going to be submitting. And some of them are going to be here. And so this is where you'll notice some of the labs are. Here's lab 8 is also here. But when you have paper labs, meaning that when we meet in person, and I'm going to give you all a copy of this, and let's just say, I don't know, randomly pick one. We do tools of the lab, and you're going to go ahead and here's the handout. And by the way, you're going to have a paper copy of this and a lab manual, and there's the whole lab, right? Well, here's your data for it. This is what you're going to do. You're going to take a picture. Once you complete this, the part that's due, all the answers here, you're going to take a picture with your phone and you're going to submit it. Here you go, lab report 2, and you're going to submit it here. And that's how you're going to keep a copy of your lab notebook, of your lab manual, because it can be very useful for the exams. A lot of the stuff that's in the labs is also on your exams. So that's how you're going to do that, and I'll talk about it more in class. So the biggest thing is, where's all the stuff? Where's the content? Well, you can see here you go. And you are only going to be able to see exam 1 stuff by the time you're watching this video. And so we just click on that, and it's very well organized. It tells you, what the overview is about. You're going to click on this and say, well, how do I start? Well, here we go. This is the watch and read on the left part. So again, I told you this is a hybrid class, so you're going to have to do a lot of the learning on your own. But we're not just leaving you out on your own with no resources. So this is a couple things that are important. Number 1, exam review sheet. If you want to know the major parts of what's on the test, here it is. This is a great tool to make a copy of. And if you know all this stuff, you're going to be all set for the exam. So that's really nice. Also, there's links to recorded PowerPoints. And so this is literally like if you're one who likes lecture, well, there it is. This is a lecture for all of Chapter 1, and then the same thing for Chapter 2. Once you've completed all those, again, if you look on your schedule right before the exam, you have an exam Chapter 1 and 2 quiz. You would take that here, and you have a smart book assignment, which uses the textbook, the online version of the textbook right here. And then literally we just repeat it. So that's kind of how that works. The last thing is this thing called infectious diseases. There are other chapters that you will need to know by the end of the last test. The last test, by the way, is a test you do at home, and there are all of those. So the other thing you'll see as well, there's also SmartBook chapters for all of your SmartBook stuff. So if you want to know where everything is, they're in a couple different places. They're here. And then these are the chapters at the end of the course. These are the infectious disease chapters, and all of that is indicated. If you're wondering, like, well, where did those come from? Again, you're going to notice what I'm doing, going back again to this, because this is where you're going to see everything goes back to, and you'll see at the very bottom infectious disease systems right here. There they are down there. So this, you're going to want to go ahead and read all this stuff, and if you have any other questions, let me know. But I will see you next week, basically the second week of the course. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask. I will be available during email. All right, bye.